Welcome, Rekhaji. It's truly an honor to have you with us in New Acropolis.
To begin with, we know that you started singing classical music from very young age, and that's your core. But the first kind of public album came out in 2005, much late, as Ishka Ishka, and that is a Sufi album, and special for philosophers like us. Sufi genre is describes the love between the seeker and the divine in a very intimate fashion, using the terminology of lover and ishq. Many times confuses people about what ishq are we talking about. But this genre actually calls for riyaz, not only of gayaki, but the inner riyaz of the inner word. If purity inside is not there, then singing Sufi song, I don't think can be done. I just wanted to check with you your process of this first album of yours, connection with Sufi, and how did that process impact you as a person? And maybe you can sing one of the, I think Tere Ishq Mein, that is very, very favorite of mine also.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Deepti. So, the thing is, I started learning when I was 12. Before that, I was learning from my sister at home. I was singing all that, and even as a child, when I used to hear emotional songs, especially of Lataji, and without understanding the lyrics, when I must be 5 or 6, I used to cry a lot. So something used to stir inside. That time I didn't know what it is, but now I can say it was a longing. So I think that eternal longing was there. I think every soul is born with that longing, but maybe some people have it more and some people have it less. Like how I feel everyone's born with this spirituality, but when that door will open is something depends on how you uh, react to the events in your life. So also I felt so why I'm talking like this to come on Ishka Ishka. So I was a very mischievous person also, and as a child, and was also shy. I was not able to express myself in words, and so my only way of expressing myself was through my singing. And I remember as a child when I used to sing ghazals or serious songs, I always sang, you know. So when I used to sing that, and my father's friends would tell him that there's a lot of pain in her voice. We call it soz, रूदारी, soulfulness.
Yeah.
And I used to feel like ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं गाया पता नहीं, but then I used to just take it. And when I started, you know, growing and started meeting more people, and I used to go for music concerts as a child with my parents because my didi was learning classical. So when I look back, I feel all that music that I heard has added to what I am today as an artist, because the music that gets absorbed in your subconscious becomes an expression when you're capable of interpreting that in your own way. So uh, now coming to Ishka Ishka, so I kept singing ghazals and classical. I was learning, and I remember my Guruji when finally I joined Pandit Amarnath ji to follow Indore Gharana, or a particular, you know, gaiki I used to enjoy of Ustad Amir Khan Saab. So he used to always tell me just one thing, that just do your riyaz. That's all you need. He used to tell me that it's very rare that a guru and a disciple meet at the right time. Sometimes a disciple is good, but he or she doesn't get to meet a right guru. And a guru is good and he doesn't get to meet a correct or right disciple. And he said, that's happened, so you just do it. And I had like photographic memory and my grasp was very good. So I would just pick up whatever is sung and I used to feel okay, ho to raha hai, because I would do an average amount of riyaz. And because I used to wait for moods. Oh, I want this kind of mood light. I want a chatai, I want a statue, and I want this and that. So, those sorts of things that had an impact on me as a child. So, I used to postpone my riyaz. And I used to do very less. When I'll get, my parents would say, okay, now you stop learning, we can't pay because you're not doing your riyaz. So, I would do my riyaz. And I kept learning from Guruji, and then I started losing, like I lost my Guruji in 96, then I lost my father in 2005, then my mother in 2008, and every time, it struck me and I felt, the pain it would cause and the chaos I feel that happens in your life is something that keeps bringing you close to where you're supposed to be at. My chaos took me to Osho Commune in 2002, and the album was released in 2002 November, and we started working on the album in 2000 actually, so it took 2.5 years to complete the album.
Okay.
And before that I was doing my riyaz. So actually from 96, 95 when my son was born, and then I realized all my time is now divided, and I had very less time for myself, and that's the time my suffocation started. And I started sitting at riyaz like at night after finishing all the work, and I started, because of Osho, I started realizing my own negativity, my negative emotions, and how shyness is taken, like, as that ego is basically taken as shyness, not being able to say sorry, thinking I'm shy. But I realize, okay, that's my ego. And all that process was somewhere like leading me towards it. So when Ishka Ishka happened, I learned to be professional. I took Vishal's scolding. Before that, I never used to take it. I would, switch myself off when I'll be on mic, and if I'm not, if I feel I'm not able to deliver as a singer, I would just shut off, and I'll feel, okay, I cannot do it. I'll just lose all my confidence and I'll say, I cannot do it. And I'll just walk off the mic. And that used to be a very unprofessional thing to do. So that bifurcation happened for me, that, okay, the bifurcation of Vishal being my husband and being a composer.
Yeah, the
So
guru
I
and
started learning to be more professional, and I, like, you'll hear it now also because I have no rhythm right now, so I'm going to sing very laid back. So he used to tell me, like, you just, like a snail speed. I enjoy that more because I feel I'm able to connect with the energy a lot, because then I have no pressure. I have to sing on beat or something like that. That's what I learned during that. And because of these poems that Gulzar Saab wrote, so his promise was that he'll be writing Sufiana Kalam in the language we speak, Hindi Urdu. So that's how we did this album. And Tere Ishq Mein was actually like a trump song, I would say, because the album happened for me and to launch me. So every song was very special, and I used to share a lot with Gulzar Saab, and he used to see me, like, he uses one word that I was all knotted that time, so I had so many issues within myself which they used to understand, but they used to take, whatever I would say, or my moods, all that. So through these songs, I did a journey because my inner journey started with the songs. When I sang uh, Chingari, then I sang in this album only Ghar Jala Liya Hai. You know, so all the females love that song. Chulha Chaukhat Chauhda, Sab Hata Diya Hai. So it's kind of liberating. And
But
the
also, as you
compositions,
said, as you said that through the journey of moving in a scattered way here and there, you found an anchor. I think the
yeah,
music
yeah,
of that album very clearly shows that inner anchor that we
yeah,
find to kind of put our boat on, and then you can start
yeah,
sailing from there.
yeah. And because when I went to Osho Commune first in Feb and in 2002,
Mummy, one
and then
minute.
in 2002 November, and that's the time I did this course in Sufi Darwesh Threshold, and I got to know that all that I used to feel, oh, I cannot express, I cannot think logically, I think from my heart, I speak from my heart. So I used to talk quite a lot of nonsense and at wrong times. My timing used to be very wrong. And reading and listening to Osho started giving uh, expression or language to my emotions. And I started feeling, oh, this is how I feel. So I read somewhere that when you see a sunset and when it's dusk time, you feel kind of low. And so he said it's beautiful because it's longing which we carry from other lifetimes, and I do believe in lifetimes. So I it resonated with me, and so same way when he said you like to, you know how there is this silver thing on the barfi, varak bolte hain jise. So that's how we cover our shortcomings or
We hide
negative
them.
emotions
Yeah.
in those good wrappers or with masks, and we keep avoiding for a long time.
And Tere Ishq
But
Mein has that longing inside it.
yeah,
So,
Tereshmi has that longing as well. So all that I think somewhere added to my journey.
so maybe we
And
can hear that now.
yeah, and
Tere
I
Ishq
was
Mein.
doing lot of riyaz during, like, you know, those years from say 95, 96 till my album started. So I used to take out all my vengeance through my riyaz. All my frustration, all my pain I used to take out through my riyaz, and I think that also added a lot because once Jagjit ji told me that you have such a great voice, you have soulfulness, and you're so good, but you have to shine your voice, and I didn't know how to do that, and I started doing my riyaz. I used to do chilla 4 hours for 40 days,
Oh,
and that's how I did lot of chillas.
wow.
And so I would say all that uh, made their way in the songs. So that
Yeah.
longing is not just that of understanding, because for me the understanding comes much much later. Even during the process of recording songs, my interpretations of these lyrics were as per my understanding of uh, my experiences, how
Yeah.
I gathered life. But till date it unfolds for me differently.
Yep.
So I'll sing, and I'll also add a zikr. Zikr is a Sufi way of remembering
Yes.
Allah, God, Almighty, or that higher energy we believe in. And Sufi whirling I learned about uh, Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi, Hafiz, and I started learning a little bit, I started, I think, connecting with myself a little. I still have a long way, and so I started mixing those zikr with my songs, and I started doing my own zikr because
Yeah.
there was no
So
circle to go and do that sama. So that's how, like, it happened.
let's
So
hear it.
I'll sing.
Yes.
Ya Rahman, Ya रहमान या रहीम, या रहमान या रहीम। सुभान अल्लाह 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 सुभान अल्लाह। It's a blessing that we all are together today, this evening, in spite of all the odds that's been happening around us. So, Subhanallah. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Allahu Allahu Allah. Reta Rena Ranjha Ranjha कर देने है रांझा रांझा कर देने मैं आप रांझा हुई है तेरे इश्क में। So one more thing that I learned after doing the course, like how you said the love we talk about, where the divine or God or Allah is the beloved, but I don't know how to do that. So I realized for me the way is to go through the relationships I have. So sometimes my brother is my beloved. I see God in him. Sometimes a sister, a husband, son, friends, and even strangers. Like I think everyone must have experienced how you smile. Sometimes you're in a lift and you don't know. You don't have to, you're not obliged to say good morning, anything. You just smile at some strangers. Like I've done that even to a beggar, or with a chai wala, or with a stationary guy, you know. And then so I'm sure it happens with everyone. So that's the only way I feel to reach God. I don't know how I'll see, but it's the godliness, it's that beloved you see in people. So like right now I have Jane on my screen. So for me, she's my beloved. All you are my beloved. So तेरे इश्क में हाय तेरे इश्क में राख से रूखी कोयले से काली रात कटे ना हिजरा वाली तेरे इश्क में हाय हाय तेरे इश्क में तेरे इश्क में. Thank you. So a long answer to your question. So तेरे इश्क में.
This is beautiful, and it is really wonderful, unplugged version as we call it
Yeah.
today. But the true soul of the song we got to hear today. It's
Thank you.
beautiful. So
Thank you.
really thank you. And if we continue this Sama of Sufi, the another song of yours which comes to mind is the Kabira. And a lot of people connect with it perhaps because of the movie and of course the composition and your singing and the picturization. But I'm not so sure whether everyone connects with the poetry, which is also a very integral aspect of that song, which is kind of exhorting the youth of today not to run after the materialistic success and come back home. And home is here.
Yeah.
And maybe you can tell us a little more about your connect with the song,
Yeah, so
the
the song,
poetry.
yeah, the poetry I'll talk about a little later, but about the song, I went to Kashmir. I reached there, and Preetham knew that I was supposed to go on 2 3 days holiday. But the moment I landed, and I got a call from Preetham and Nayan Mukherjee to record the song, and they sent me the song that you can record it there also, because I said I'll come back and do it. But somehow, like they were like every day morning they'll wait for me to get up and they'll tell me, and I even recorded on my iPhone and sent them, and they said you can only sing. And then we went to Pahalgam, and there's this dargah of Nuruddin Baba, Sheikh Nuruddin Baba, who was also known as Nand Rishi. So I was supposed to go there, and I was very excited to climb 300 steps. And evening time, then Preetham and Ayan, they called and they said, okay, we've booked the studio in Srinagar, so you can go back and dub. And Vishal said, no, no, you have to go. And so we went back, and I was little upset. So I just bowed, and this was the first step there. And I said salam, and I came, and I didn't feel anything special. I just felt good. Okay, at least I went there. And like how people feel, you know, they have deja vu, or they have those strong feelings or intuitions. I didn't feel anything like that. And I went, we reached at I think 10:45. I just had kheer and I went for recording. And I came back at 1:32. But I loved the drive of that Gupka Road, Dal Lake, and all that, the guy who took me. So, and there I recorded the song, and I don't know, I mean, I was just singing, I would say, the way I sing, because I prepare my song. I always prepare my song, because then I feel it becomes part of me. It becomes part of my system. It gets absorbed in my being, and then the rendition comes as like it's only I can do it. It's my song.
Yes.
So that's how it happened. And later, when it got released also, and a friend, that time we were working on Heather, and he called me and he said, like, a strange thing happened. I went to Pahalgam, and my car stopped, and suddenly the playlist, it just went on to this song, and the Kabira played. So I said, are you at Ash Makam? He said, yes, I am. Why? Why do you say that? I said, the day I recorded the song, I went to Ash Makam. And I touched the first step and came, and then he said, you're blessed. And then we had a chat, and he told me all that he had to tell me that was meant for me. And so I realized Cosmos has its own ways to advance your journey when
Yeah.
you're ready. It doesn't happen if you're not ready. Like till date, I would say for me things have unfolded very late. I have like spent a lot of years in unawareness. So I have no complaint with youth. I feel we need to understand them also, because at their age I was also after materialistic things. And also the spirituality happens when you're full
Ready.
materially also,
Oh, yeah.
somewhere. Because from a beggar you don't expect any
True.
spirituality. Who doesn't even know the taste of apple? Who doesn't know how grapes taste, how butter tastes? When we overdo it, that's how we stop eating less. With age we start eating less, and that's how things happen. And also about the interpretation of lyrics, I want to say and point out that every time the interpretation changes, and the beauty of lyrics is that it can have thousands of interpretations, because
True.
your experience, your circumstances in life, you will interpret the song as per your experience, your understanding. Same way I would interpret it otherwise. My son was young, so I could connect all his friends and all, how as parents we feel, but then we have to let them be.
Yeah.
And so many youngsters would come to me and they would understand it as per the film or as per their own, like sometimes it's just that takes away their tiredness, their peer pressure of schools, which they are not even aware of, but they are doing it out of peer pressure. But they just said the song relaxes us. So
There is some
I feel
connection.
that's beautiful that
Yeah.
when it heals them, because the song healed me, the song heals me when I sing a song. Every song I sing, I do a journey. Somehow I get the lyrics that unfold, like, and for me it keeps unfolding. I'll keep saying it again and again. As and when I sing, today when I'm singing, I've never sung Tereshk mein, like combining everything without music, without having any lead, because the guitar player leads me into Ranjha Ranjha, the guitar player or the keyboard that leads me into Sajan Sajan Maikara. But it just happened because this is the energy we all combined, we are collectively creating, even through Zoom.
Yeah.
It's the energy. I mean, it's the energy around us, like somebody who's done Reiki or alternate healing. So it's the energy, like that we are all feeling and collectively. So we all create that around us and we are all part of it. So I feel like everyone contributes to it,
True.
even to
So
my
let's,
singing.
yeah. Yeah. Without the right kind of listening, the singing is not at that level for sure.
Yeah, and sometimes the singing also reaches where it has to reach. It reaches
Yes.
its audience, and so many times I think this is the way to reach. Maybe my ultimate spiritual purpose might be that when I'll only sing for myself. Right now, we sing for ourselves first. I have to be
Hmm.
happy, and because then I feel if I'm not feeling pleased with my singing, if it's not touching me, how will it touch you? So that connect
True.
with my own self, that understanding of music. So I feel that's very individual, what we are after, what
True.
I want to achieve through music, because music has taught me and it has made me like, it's ibadat for me, it's prayer for me, it's very sacred for me. But at the same time, when I'm performing on stage, I can just go wild. Things like that also happen. So
Yeah.
it's all part of, and I think we need to accept ourselves, how and who we are. कैसे तेरी खुद गर्जी, ना धूप चुने ना छाँव, कैसे तेरी खुद गर्जी, किस ठोर टिके ना पाँव, बन लिया अपना पैगंबर, तर लिया तू सात समंदर, फिर भी सूखा मन के अंदर क्यों रह गया.
So let's shift gear, and one of the most popular song is the most simple song, which is the Genda Phul. And the folk music of India is so rich, and it tells the human stories and all the root of our culture. And when it has that healing power too, the folk
Yeah.
music, when it is kind of playing and when you sing, even when you're working, it heals us.
Yeah.
What do you think? The simplicity of this genre, why does it attract people so much? How come Genda Phul became such a big hit?
Because the folk music is the mother or father of all genres of music. Classical music has emerged out of it. So, and folk music all over the world. If you go to mountains, you go to hills, you get Pahadi. You go to Arabian side or the deserts, you get Kirwani, that Arabic, Arabian
Yeah.
kind of scale. So there are few scales that are very common. You go to Rajasthan side, you get mand.
Mm.
So it's very common when we go to Turkey, we go to Europe. So there are so many similarities because of folk, because the scales are limited. And folk people, I mean, folk music has been transferred through physical, like voices, so it has changed also. It
Right.
keeps evolving, and the simplicity of folk music is what affects you the most. And that longing, that pukar jo hum kehte hain, calling, because and the monotony of life, day to day life, where females are waiting for their husbands to come back. They are living with their in-laws, and they are going through all sorts of things. They were at that time, they couldn't even speak or express themselves while they were doing work in the courtyard. And that's the time, through the songs, they are expressing themselves. So it's a beautiful way of expressing. In fact, a very interesting thing happened. So first I sang in the original Bundelkhandi Bhasha, the language Chhattisgarhi. And then A.R. Rahman, he picked up this song. I sang one more song, and he picked up this song, and he designed it, arranged it, and that's how the song became, such huge hit. In fact, right now also I saw a video of this girl who's a hoop dancer, 23-year-old girl, and wearing a sari and cats. She's doing with her hoop all sorts of movements, so gracefully she's dancing to it. So anyway, I sang that. The song got picturized, and the whole unit was singing. It was Karar Genda Phool. So they were all singing Karar Genda Phool, and rest of the words nobody understood. So director Mr. Mehra felt that okay, this should be done in the language we speak. So song was picturized on the original language, and then we got this song written by Prasoon Joshi, and that's how I dubbed again. And because I had already known the song when I dubbed, so that inherent pathos, that longing, somehow didn't get translated in the song. So then I was told again, okay, you have to dub it again. And so I said, okay, I need to hear the original, what I had sung. I heard that, and I realized the imperfection. So folk is all about being yourself, where you're not concerned. Sometimes their voice swell, it just goes, little bit here and there also. But that feeling is so pure, that emotion is so pure, and I think that's what I learned from here, that okay, it's okay to be imperfect even in singing, because that emotion is important. And so I heard, and I dubbed it again with all those little bit of imperfections. So I had to sing that also, like I had to consciously sing imperfectly, and the pathos. So I had to feel it all over again. So I think it's the simplicity, because after this song I got calls from 7-8-year-old kids, as well as 85-year-old male females, because females started revisiting their marriage time. They started decorating their altar or their houses with the genda phool. And so till date I get to hear those kind of experiences, and youngsters say like they enjoy that. I think the vibrancy and that joy in the song that it gives you, and yet that inherent longing is something, again I would say, whoever is not even aware of it, like so many times people are not aware of it, they just feel sad and they want to run out of sadness, they feel low and they want to get out of the house to run away from it. So we are escaping, or we are not
Dealing
facing.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
facing
so
it.
we don't like to be with that because we feel uncomfortable. But if we be with that, it's beautiful. Melancholy is beautiful. सैया छेड़े गारे देवे गारे देवे हाय 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 सैया छेड़ देवे नानाद चुटकी लेवे ससुराल गेंदा फूल. Thank you.
We cannot not listen to your pure classical rendition.
Okay.
So maybe we can just have
Fine.
something which you prefer, but something which is to your expression of classical music.
Yeah. So a small bandish in Rag Puriya,
Lovely.
because this is my ultimate goal also, but I have yet to do lot of riyaz to reach that level.
Spoken like a
My
true
benchmark
disciple.
is very high, so it's a bandish in Puriya that I've learnt. छेना छेना बाट तकत हूँ मैं तोरे छेना छेना बाट तकत हूँ मैं तोरे कब गर आवे मोरे प्यारे छेना छेना बाट तकत हूँ मैं तोरी जब से गए मोरी सुध हो न लेने सदा रंग कहे रहो ना रे छेना छेना बाट तकत हूँ मैं तोरे छेना छेना बाट तकत हूँ मैं तोरे. Thank you.
You're one of the very, very popular song, the Namak Ishq Ka,
Yeah.
which is a very peculiar song, which is so classical, but at the same time flirtatious, but
Yeah.
beautiful composition and beautifully
Yeah.
sung, of course. So
Thank you.
maybe we can have.
Yeah, and it was a turning point in my career, and that's why I'm here in front of you, because it took me to all the places. Like I started getting work from outside only after Namak Ishka, and that's how I realized things are meant to happen when they are supposed to happen, when you're ready. Like how Gudasap said, like, I found my orbit. So it was about finding that orbit and finding my speciality, and I realized through this song the gaiki is my forte. So
Thank God that we had this song.
thank you. मैं चांद निगल गई हो जी मैं चांद निगल गई दया रे भीतर भीतर आग जरे बात करूं तो सेक लगे, अज भीतर भीतर आग जरे, बात करूं तो सेक लगे. Thank you.
Thank you. It's so beautiful once again. So maybe I think it'll be nice for to this philosophical community if you can leave with us your message on what does it mean to do this inner riyaz to get in life what you want to create.
I think it's of getting close to yourself, getting connected with your own self, and being compassionate, I think, to each and every living being, non-living being on earth, because we are all fellow travelers and we are all interconnected. I very strongly feel, we are all interconnected. Whether somebody sitting across Pacific also, I don't know how, in what way that energy is impacting me, because it is traveling in the cosmos, in the galaxies, so it is coming to us. And I just feel there is learning, like there are a lot of lessons that we are supposed to learn in this life. And rather than blaming others for whatever doesn't happen according to our choice in our life, is the most I think difficult and wrong thing we do. Because the moment we start taking our responsibility, we start realizing that how our thoughts make our own world, how thoughts, the speech. I'm not saying I've got enlightened or I'm not like that, because I do react, and sometimes I react I realize before, and I'm able to watch myself, and so many times I still react, and later I realize, oh my god, I could have avoided this. So we need to watch ourselves. So that's what. And the hatred, I feel like I don't want to leave my ethics because somebody behaved badly with me. And we have to do that more and more, and especially we are so active on social media. That's where the toxicity is there. So we have to see to it that we compensate that with our love and with our message of love. So sometimes we do react. It's difficult to control, but still, like, we have to watch our language for sure, what we are saying, how it's going to hurt. And because we are exposed to every Tom, Dick and Harry, whoever wants can just write anything to you, and just, so we have to take care of that, and we have to stop spreading that or adding to that hatred or negativity that's already there. So I think we should consciously try to be more loving.
True.
We
True.
should,
Yeah, I
like,
think,
so
yeah.
many people write there that let's compensate this hatred through our love, by sending love and energy, because if everyone starts reacting, so it would be difficult. So it's
Yeah,
just
big.
love. We can just spread love and peace, the message of that, like what we are doing right now.
Yes.
This is how it has to, this has to grow big. This movement, this community has to grow bigger and bigger. We have to just do that. And we can only do individually. Like, I cannot change the world, I can only change myself. I cannot be responsible for somebody who's inflicting violence or spreading hatred, but I can do my bit by not being hateful. So even to those people who are doing such bad things, I cannot curse them, I cannot be hateful towards them. I can at the most dislike them for what they are doing. And I pray, genuinely I pray, that they be given that wisdom. So
Yeah, true. The right, absolutely exactly what we need in today's world.
yeah.
And as you rightly said, if we have to bring any change in the society, it has to begin with myself. And I
Yeah.
bring that change. I bring that love and compassion, as you rightly mentioned, so
Yeah.
needed today.
Yeah. And we don't
And
watch ourselves. We just speak. Like if I read a book, I listen to some discourse, then it's very easy to be preachy or just talk about it. But to practice it is really difficult. So, but gradually it becomes our nature.
exactly,
So
and
that's how I
that's
think you all, that's what you all are doing, and all of us,
exactly,
whoever
yeah.
is in this
That
together.
is
So,
precisely our focus here, living what we learn, living what we try to assimilate inside us through practicing and not
yeah,
just by intellectually understanding. That's
yeah,
precisely our work, and that's precisely the work in the music. You
yeah,
can't read and learn music, you have to practice. You have to do
exactly.
riyaz, exactly. And that's what we do in our life. We need to do in our life. And I
Yeah,
think
you
that was
have
a
to dive
beautiful
into the
message.
sea and get that
Exactly.
pearl.
Pearl, exactly.
So
Without
it's a
diving, you
long, long
cannot get the
journey to
pearl.
get to that pearl.
Exactly. You can't stand on the shores of the ocean
Yeah,
and ask for the
yeah,
pearl.
yeah.
True. Thank you
Yes.
so much. And
My
personally, for me,
pleasure.
it was
Thank you.
wonderful, truly wonderful.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
So much.
Thank you,
That was
Rekha. It was
beautiful.
lovely.